Welcome, Totem Pole Nation. This is LAMBO'S World, Sports Feast and the Big Brother. There's another excellent college football game that's going on. We have the battle of the coaches. You know the history between Nick Saban and Lane Kiffin. If y'all are Lane Kiffin haters, you understand what he did y'all in Tennessee and USC and all the young stuff he did in the past. He also used to be the head coach of the Raiders, but he's a changed man now. All right, he's matured. Lane Kiffin versus Nick Saban. Lane Kiffin's done some great stuff at Alabama as far as being the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. This one is going to be a great game, but I have a lot of concerns here. Ole Miss has a great quarterback in Jaxson Dart. I think he's a junior. I think he's excellent. He can throw the ball. He's mobile. Ole Miss is undefeated. Alabama's not. Alabama and Nick Saban keep shutting down the quarterback questions of who's going to start. Tyler Buckner was garbage last week, and their other quarterback wasn't as good as well. And then we're not sure if Jalen Millwall will also get the start once again. And by the way, the only way they win is basically the run game with Wardell Williams. Explain the whole breakdown of this game and who's going to win. I'm not going to pick till after you're done because I'm just not sure right now, even though I'm wearing an Alabama sweatshirt. I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah, I feel like I just got to sit here and stall until I can come up with an actual prediction in my mind because I still don't know. Like I've been looking at it for a couple hours, not just this one game for a couple hours, but I've been thinking about college football for a couple hours today, getting ready for, today's run of shows. And this game I saved until last when I was doing my prep and my research, just because I don't know. Especially given that we're going into week 4 and there's only 3 weeks of stats that are making up team stats collectively. It's the same thing that we just talked about with Oregon. They're averaging 58 points a game, but that's because they put up 88 in one game, so they're not actually averaging 58. So relating that to this situation, the Alabama game, they had no stats at all. I mean, on the ground, the running game did well, and that's the strong part of this team. That's what it's been, every week so far. But I don't know if that's enough to overcome how well I'm predicting that the Ole Miss offense is going to look. Now, the Bama defense looked great last week, but they played damn Southern Florida, what happened against Texas? You let Quentin Ewers throw all over you, who we just saw have a very inconsistent game last week. He was inconsistent week 1 until the fourth quarter. I don't know what to expect from this team as a whole, which is obviously not anything we've been used to saying in the past 10 years at least, or more than 10 years, 15 years. So, I don't know. I'm trying to bring it together. I think this is going to be my upset of the week, though. I think I'm going to pick Ole Miss in this game. You know what? Yeah, I'm locking in. I'm going Ole Miss in this game. The Bama on ESPN, Bama has an 80% chance of winning or something like that. It's super lopsided. They don't see Ole Miss having a chance. I don't know if they watched last week. Now, maybe it's just a bump in the road for the QB room, but you're either starting a freshman who's had probably 30 to 40% of the first team snaps in practice, probably more like 30% until maybe this week. So I'm not if they go with the freshman, I'm not expecting him to light it up at all. I mean, he didn't look good. He looked pretty inconsistent last week, but he only threw the ball 9 times. So I don't know, but if you bring in the number 1 dude, he looked bad against Texas and then somehow looked even worse last week against USF. So, that's really what's driving it. It's just no faith in the offense. I'm not expecting that Coach Saban is going to bring out a team that's not prepared to play the way that they seemed to be last week. I don't expect him to do that 2 weeks in a row. But like I said yesterday, if they played almost any other Power 5 team last week the way that they played, they would have lost, and that includes Ole Miss. So I don't think they're going to play down to that level that they played. But I think they're just going to have to rely a little too much on the run game against a very solid D-line from Ole Miss, as you were saying earlier. So, I mean, I'm going to – this is going to be my upset pick of the week. I normally stick – unless something is glaring out to me, I normally stick as a favorite guy, especially in college football. Favorites tend to win more. But this – I'm going upset here.
I pick Alabama, baby. Alabama, yes, University of Alabama, ladies and gentlemen. Do you really think Alabama is going to go 2-2? When's the last time Alabama's went 2-2? No. Because Nick Saban is the greatest college coach of all time. Now I understand he lost to former assistants. He's lost to Kirby Smart. He's lost to Steve Sarkisian. I don't think he's going to lose to Lane Kiffin. I understand Lane Kiffin has some salt that he can't beat Nick Saban, but I don't think he'll beat him this year. And I wouldn't say never, but I don't think he'll beat him this year. Alabama will continue dominance. I think as far as offensive line, they played 4 games or 3 games, going into the 4th one. I understand that Alabama is going to be physical on the line of scrimmage. I understand the offensive line isn't the same as it once was and whatnot, but I think they'll make adjustments. I don't think they're going to start the first 4 games at 2-2. I think Alabama at home, I understand the fans are mad that they lost at home against Texas. They ain't going to lose at home against no damn Ole Miss. Now, at Ole Miss, maybe a different story. But at home against Ole Miss, no, sir. Jaxson Dart's going to face a lot of pressure from that defensive line. And I'm trying to tell you, that defensive line is going to humiliate him. They're going to get some interceptions and whatnot. And I think with Lane Kiffin, he continues to struggle against Nick Saban. Now, these games have been close in the past, but it just comes down. It's going to come down to the final play. It's going to come down to that 4th down. It's going to come down to the touch of the knee. And Alabama, when tight games on defense needs it, they're going to take advantage. So this game will come down to who has the ball last. But I trust the Alabama defense over the Ole Miss defense, despite the offense. I think Jalen Monroe is going to start. He's going to give him a better advantage as far as running as a mobile quarterback, but he has to cut down on the interception. So Jalen Monroe, poor sources of LAMBO'S World Sports, Jalen Monroe will be the starter. I did not talk to Nick Saban personally. I didn't talk to the Alabama football staff personally. I'm going to predict that Jalen Monroe will be the starter, and he can run. He can be effective. He learned from the Texas game. The Alabama defense is Alabama, and all you old people, especially Paul Feinbaum, who hates on Nick Saban and all that stuff, talking about the Alabama dynasty is over. The Alabama dynasty is not over. It's just getting started. Sometimes you have hiccups. Success, like Nick Saban said, isn't going to be great. Sometimes you have bumpy roads. It's just 3 games. 3 games isn't defining your season. I understand it defines the college football playoff because when you lose 1 or 2 games, it hurts you. But 3 games don't define the season. That's why there's 12 games in college football. I'm trying to tell you, Alabama is going to come up on top, and not only they'll make history, but they will continue dominance. And I want all you people in America to stop hating on Alabama and stop talking down on them so damn bad. Alabama pulls off this victory against Ole Miss. They'll beat them by 10 points. I give you 30-20.
Yeah, last time Bama started 2-2 was 2003. I just found that out real quick. Yeah, 2003. That was 20 years ago was the last time they started 2-2. So that does make me a little nervous about I'm already nervous about my pick. I don't know if the Ole Miss offense can hold up against that defense, but it really just comes down to my lack of trust in the quarterback position.
Yeah, lack of trust can have a lot of things, especially in broken relationships. But it's LAMBO'S World Sports featuring the Big Brother. I don't know why I said that, but you know what I'm talking about. I don't know why I said that, but I just speak nothing but facts when it comes to this show, just like broken relationships, because some of y'all just need to get y'all life straight. And I'm not talking about you personally. I'm talking about other people in America that are watching my show, because some of you are insecure. But it's LAMBO'S World Sports featuring Big Brother. We still got more college football we got to talk about, because the next game we got to talk about is Rutgers versus Michigan. All right, both teams are undefeated, and Jim Harbaugh is back from his 3-game suspension. So is this a playoff run, a championship run for Michigan, or Rutgers pull off the upset after a great ACC win versus Virginia Tech? You'll find that out next in 5 minutes. It's LAMBO'S World of Sports. We will catch you in 5 minutes. Let's get to work.